From piping your teammate's wife.
Hey, Connor.
To disrespecting an NHL legend.
And he's got a face that only a mother could look at.
These are the 20 most disrespectful moments in NHL history. And first, the time Matthew Tkachuk tried stealing another man's shaft.
It gets caught up into the body of Tkachuk, and not the smartest play, but that is a 19-year-old rookie mistake.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. And I also don't know what this next player at number 19 was thinking, because he broke the only unspoken rule in the NHL. We all know one thing you never do is shoot the puck after the whistle. But Ryan Kesler decided he don't care, because when he got a breakaway into the empty net in the last seconds of the game, he did this.
One streak comes to an end at 11. And Kesler shoots the puck into the net at the horn, and that's going to draw a reaction. And it's Wyman throwing punches on Kesler.
And of course, doing all of that got his whooped. But Kessler's little trick is nothing compared to what this player at number 18 did, because he straight up disrespected an NHL legend. Yeah, this is Mike Rupp. Who? And the highlight of this man's whole career is the time he disrespected Jaromir Jagr. Yeah, Jagr is one of the most legendary players ever, and that's why the whole world knows his signature salute. But when playing against Philly, this guy Rupp really went balls deep after scoring.
Here's Rupp with a shot, he scores! What an answer from the New York Rangers as Rupp salutes the bench and the crowd, and the Rangers bounce back.
It's the only guy in a scoring situation. One thing about Rupp, he's got a big heavy shot and he shows it there. He does a Jagr salute, if you see that.
Yeah, man really looked Jagr straight in the eyes and hit the salute. That's beyond disrespectful, especially coming from a bum like Rupp.
You know what happened at the end of that period? Now Rupp gave the salute to Jagr, and Hartnell came up, and it's right at ice level, so you can kind of hear what was said, and it's, hey, Jagr's a Hall of Fame.
But even that ain't as disrespectful as what happened in number 17. Just take a look at this.
Matthews from the corner. Swings it in front, scores! What a setup by Austin Matthews, and the Leafs have a 4-2 lead.
And that crazy apple by Matthews isn't even the disrespectful part. Because after taking a little closer look at the clip, you can see Komarov taps the defender's shoulder after scoring the goal.
And Komarov gives Orpik the thanks for coming. But
damn. Actually, that reminds me of the time Austin Matthews tried disrespecting an AHL player, but instead got humiliated. In a preseason game against the Senators, Matthews had beef with Scott Sabourin, an AHL player playing his first game in the NHL. But when Sabourin started trash-talking Matthews, he had enough of this guy.
Between Sabourin and Austin Matthews in a preseason game where Matthews was looking around behind Sabourin as if to say, who are you again? Well, and the guy that's got one more goal than you.
As you can guess, Sabourin didn't like that at all. And in an interview after the game, he clapped back at Matthews, saying, I wish I'd have talent like him too. Some of us need to actually do it the hard way. But Matthews was still thinking, who the hell is this guy? And didn't leave any comments about the incident. But just a few months later, he found out the hard way. Because next time the teams met, this time in the regular season, Sabourin had got a roster spot and took revenge by tying the game.
Chance in front of the net, Sabourin scores! What excitement from Scott Sabourin in his first National Hockey League goal. They'll recognize who he is when the announcement's made that he's tied the game 2-2.
Yeah, man, Matthews got humbled. But, I mean, at least he didn't actually try to hurt anyone. Because this next guy at number 15 got so mad, he literally tried to break another man's leg.
The incident occurred early in the second period of Wednesday's game between the Canucks and Ducks. Pronger and Kesler get tied up behind the net. Now Kesler falls down. Then Pronger appears to stomp on Kessler's left calf with his skate. Kesler was not injured on the play, but this incident draws some similarities to the stomp that earned Chris Simon a 30-game suspension.
Yeah, luckily the other guy was fine. But there is a time something like that had the worst possible ending, because the incident in number 14 led to one of the most horrifying injuries imaginable. This is Matt Cook. He is known for doing dirty little tricks his whole career, but one night in a game against Ottawa, he went too far. There was a battle for the puck near the boards, and when Karlsson got to the puck first, Cook used his skate, but for all the wrong reasons.
Wide open, and now Erik Karlsson's been banged up. He's really hurting too.
let's take a look. Oh, skate. The skate of Matt Cook, like it came in and hit the Achilles tendon area of Karlsson.
and he reaches for it right away.
The skate hit a critical spot where there was little to no gear at all. Carlson's Achilles tendon was completely cut in half. And just like that, Cook's cheap shot cost Carlson his season. And ever since, Ottawa fans have been hating Cook. But speaking of fans, this next play was so disrespectful, it left a whole fan base speechless. It all started in 2019 when Blackhawks drafted Kirby Dach with the 3rd overall pick. He was dominating in juniors and was supposed to be the next star of the city after Patrick Kane. But because of injuries, he never became the player Chicago hoped he would, and that's why they traded him. And Dach took that trade personally, because deep down, he knew that he had the potential to be a way better player. And when he returned to Chicago for the first time with his new team, and the fans booed him the whole game, he decided to shut them all up, once and for all. Because when the game went into the shootout, his new coach knew exactly what he was doing and put Dach to shoot the game-winning penalty shot.
To defeat his former team. Scores!
And of course he sank that bitch. But what he did after scoring is what made Chicago fans mad.
Yeah, look at him. Good for Kirby Dach. You know, that's a little special for Kirby Dach, and listening to the crowd.
Can't blame him. I would have done exactly the same thing. But, I mean, that ain't even close to the worst way to taunt the fans. Just take a look at number 12.
Good on him. He's got his team back in the hockey game. But it's what he does after he scores the goal that enrages me. And Andrew Ferentz, you better get ready to open up your wallet, because this little act here after you scored the goal, your first one since 2003,
Man straight up flipped the deuce at them. And after the game, he tried saving his ass by lying. He said he didn't mean to show the middle finger and said it was a glove malfunction. Yeah, of course the league didn't buy that and slapped him with a $2,500 fine. And they fined this next player at number 11 as well, because he got so angry he shot someone.
Backhander going, and so it is Alfredson with 5 left of the period. Oh, did Alfredson shoot that puck at Niedermeyer? He did. Yes, he did. That's why they're going after him. You're darn right he did. What? I mean, Alfredson, time was coming down. He looked at the clock. Oh, there's going to be a penalty on Alfredson there, no question. He shot the puck right. To me, that is absolutely inexcusable. He looked at the clock. He realized there was still about 4 or 5 seconds left, and he shot that puck towards the direction of Scott Niedermeyer.
He's not pleased with it. 11. Look at how he changes his body. He identifies, and then it's
oh, yeah, that's absolutely.
Players know that. That's why Niedermeyer's all over Alfredson now.
That was Paulson. That was Samuel Paulson. That's classless.
Yeah, man really tried to commit murder on live TV. But even that ain't nothing compared to what these other players have done. Because now that we enter the top 10, it's time to take the disrespect to a whole new level. Like the time John Tortorella completely lost it. Yeah, we all know Tortorella is one of the angriest coaches in the league, but one night in 2014, when he was coaching the Vancouver Canucks, he got so mad. First, I thought he finna beat up everyone in the whole building.
we're fucking done.
It all got started when the Flames coach, who had history with Tortorella, put his fourth line as the starters for the game, and Tortorella saw that as a sign of disrespect, to showcase that they wanted to hurt his star players. So he decided to also start his fourth line, and at that point, everybody knew what was ahead.
John Grant may have their hands full early in this game, Kelly, because both teams are starting their fourth lines tonight, including Tom Sestito for the Canucks and Brian McGrattan for the Flames. They've fought 3 times over the last 2 years.
Tortorella at the Vancouver bench is already looking at the
And here we go.
Calgary bench.
Line brawl to start this game. Westgarth and BX are separated. Sestito and McGrattan back at the blue line. Torts is angry. Looks like cooler heads are about to prevail, but Kelly, we saw this coming. We got the starting lineups tonight. So Tortorella still yelling at Bob Hartley, who's not even coming over to engage in a conversation.
Kessler and Hoodler.
Torts was fuming. He fought with the whole Calgary bench so long that the ref had to get in the way. But he wasn't done, because at the intermission, this guy really tried to break into the Flames locker room.
John Tortorella has gone over to the Calgary Flames hallway outside their room. That's the Canucks coach outside the Calgary room. There's Brian McGrattan trying to push him aside.
He really tried to fight the whole team alone. I don't know what he was thinking. And I don't know what this next guy at number 9 was thinking either, because he really spat on another dude after the fight.
With the best of them at 6'5", 225. And look at, he's going after both of them here. And Hathaway's wishing that the linesman would let him throw.
Man, he nasty for that. But what happened in number 8 is just downright hilarious. Take a look at this.
Grabs it. He's got his gloves on. He's trying to help out the linesman, and then, hey, here you go.
He really just picked up the guy's glove who he was just fighting and threw it into the stands. Yeah, no wonder my guy tried to jump him again. But all of that happened in the regular season, because one time, Sidney Crosby disrespected a whole team, and it all happened in the Stanley Cup Finals. Yeah, in 2009, the Red Wings-Penguins rivalry was at its peak, and after Crosby and the Penguins managed to defeat the Red Wings in Game 7 of the Finals, Crosby did something that Detroit still hasn't got over with. After the game, when Detroit players were ready to shake hands and get the series over with, Crosby didn't show up to lead his team through the handshake line. Instead, he was at the other end still celebrating. Detroit's captain waited after already shaking the other players' hands, but Crosby was still nowhere to be found. And when Crosby eventually joined his team to shake hands, half of the Detroit players had already gone. You know, talking trash and disrespecting others is a part of sports, and during the game, anything goes. But after the game is over, man, that's the time to show respect to the other team. And that's why the Detroit players felt disrespected after the game.
It's something that's a big tradition in our game, and we're all, I think you all should do it after a series, so.
I think that's one thing you should do after a series. You shake hands, and I don't know why he didn't do it. I think it's disrespectful.
But at least Crosby didn't actually attack anybody, because at number 6, a player assaulted a ref just because he didn't get the call he wanted.
And there's the collision with Don Henderson. He doesn't even see the linesman.
Yeah, I don't buy that. He clearly saw the linesman. And the league didn't either, because they suspended the dude for 20 games, and he had to forfeit over $280,000 from his salary. But somehow, it still ain't as disrespectful as what Brad Marchand's been doing, because this grown man has seriously been licking his opponents.
Marchand up to his usual antics. Oh, it is a night of spite here in Boston.
I mean, I would understand one time. Just take a look at his face. But after it happened for the second time.
Now, he gets a hole, you see, they're having this day, and he's going. And he does that, this is there he is again. What are you going to do, drop the
Yeah, even I can't defend this guy anymore. And I can't defend Evander Kane either, because at number 4, his disrespect came to bite him back. In December 2012, the NHL was in a lockout season, and most players were complaining about their lost wages. But lost wages didn't bother Evander Kane, because he was in Vegas turning it up. And one night, after winning more money than most people see in their entire lives, Kane decided to let the whole world know that he wasn't worried about no lost wages, and posted a pic of himself posing on his hotel's roof terrace with a stack of $100 bills. And just so anybody didn't miss that he has money like that, he posted another pic of himself doing push-ups with a stack of cash. But that night was just the start of Kane's gambling addiction. He was so hooked to winning big, he started betting even bigger sums of money at once. But the wins just didn't keep coming, and eventually it started affecting Kane's personal life as well as his play on the ice. Until in 2021 it came out that Kane owed over $26 million worth of gambling debts to different casinos all around the US, and that left him with no other chance than to file for bankruptcy. Yeah, this man really lost all the money he had made during his career. But at number 3, Dave Ballin had enough of the Sedin brothers busting his ass year after year and really went to a live radio show to throw shade at them.
And he held nothing back on a Chicago radio station. Listen to this.
I think you've seen what happened with the Sedin sisters.
If the Sedins become Hawks, will they still be sisters?
Well, they'll never become Hawks. They'll never, I don't think we had Beckham on our team. And yeah, they probably still would be sisters. I think they might sleep in like bunk beds. The older one has the bottom one, the younger one's got the top. In Vancouver, for sure, there's a lot of weirdos there. You don't want to be out there too long.
And the Vancouver coach did not let that slide, because as soon as he heard what Bolin said, he clapped back at him.
When you have comments like Bolin, I mean, obviously an individual whose IQ is probably the size of a birdseed, and he's got a face that only a mother could look at, probably for the Twins, don't really care.
Damn, my man didn't hold back. And the guy in number 2 didn't either, because he made the dirtiest play in NHL history. In the 1993 playoffs, Dale Hunter tackled one of the best players in the league at the time, Pierre Turgeon, from a blind angle after Turgeon had scored a goal and was already celebrating. Just look at this.
The goal, then Hunter came over and hit Turgeon. Pierre Turgeon, one of the best players in the league, is hurt by a nasty cheap shot from Dale Hunter.
But even wrecking someone after the whistle ain't as disrespectful as wrecking your teammate's wife. Cause that is just what Eric Lindros did. Yeah, back in the day, when Lindros was playing in Philly, he was teammates with Rod Brind'Amour. And to the outside world, the two seemed like good friends. But behind closed doors, Lindros had actually all along been secretly piping Brind'Amour's wife. And after Brind'Amour heard about that, he of course got mad and grabbed the first thing he could get in his hands and knocked Lindros out with a chair in the middle of Philly's locker room. And after that incident, Philly's front office wanted nothing to do with either of these guys and traded them both straight away. Yeah, that's wild. Almost as wild as this video right here. And I just know you want to watch it. So go ahead, man, click it.